Hello Year 3 and welcome to Lesson 2 for Science this week. This week we have been looking at fossils. Today we will carry on looking at fossils and sketch our own fossils. Great, let's get into it. So, let's do a quick recap on our previous lesson. Do you remember what a fossil is? Tell your teddy what you think a fossil is. Fantastic. Fossils are the stone remains of animals or plants that were once living. Fossils are at least 10,000 years old. The dinosaurs became extinct 65 million years ago. How are they formed? Do you remember how fossils are formed? Do you remember last lesson we ordered and sequenced the process of how fossils are formed? Tell your teddy how fossils are formed. Fabulous. The first step is the animal is buried by sediment and its soft parts decay. The second process is more sediment builds up and is compressed to form a rock. The third part of the process is minerals in the groundwater replace the bone, forming a fossil. And the last part of the process is the rock rises to the surface and is worn away by erosion. Now, do you think that fossils are an actual animal, or do you think they are a print? Put your thinking caps on and have a good think about it. So do you think they are an actual animal or a print? Fantastic. A fossil is an actual animal that has died, decayed, and been compressed to form a rock. So it's not a print, it's an actual living thing. It was an actual living thing that died and became a rock. Great. So, do you remember last lesson we watched this short video on fossils? I want you to pause my video, and I want you to re-watch this short film on fossils. Have a look at these pictures of some fossils carefully and discuss. So you should have been given a fossil information sheet. It has 4 fossils on it. I've also put these fossils in the next slides for you to have a look at if you do not have the paper at hand. Now, when you look at these fossils, I want you to carefully look at them and discuss what they look like, how old they may be, and what they are made of. So, the first is a trilobite. A trilobite is one of the earliest known groups of marine animals, so one of the earliest water animals. They extinct. Whilst I'm going what they are made of and how old they are. The next type of fossil is an ammonite. Ammonites lived in the sea about 201 to 66 million years ago during the Jurassic and Cretaceous period. Their shell is usually a flat spiral shape. It is made up of chambers, like little rooms within the shell, connected by a tube. The animal only lived in one of these chambers and used the other spaces to help it float. Some ammonites are tiny, others as big as a person. Remember, have a good look at it and discuss what it looks like, what you think it might have been. Shark tooth. A shark grows and loses a lot of teeth during its lifetime. This means that in places where sharks' teeth are found as fossils, they are often extremely common. The main part of the tooth is usually sharp and pointed, ideal for piercing the flesh of its prey, and is attached to a banana-shaped root. The oldest shark fossils are more than 400 million years old. Fossils of whole sharks are rare because their skeletons are made of cartilage, which is much softer than bone and rarely So sharks don't have bones. They have cartilage, which you have in your air. So if you feel your air and you can see the bend and you can feel the bendy bits in your air, that is a cartilage. Belemnite. Belemnites are an extinct group of cephalopods that probably look like squid. They first appeared about 360 million years ago, along with ammonites and dinosaurs, and died out at the end of the Cretaceous period 65 million years ago. Belemnites had a very solid internal skeleton called a rostrum. They are straight and look rather like bullets. They had large eyes and swam quickly, using a form of jet propulsion. Like the octopus, they could probably squirt clouds of black ink at their enemies to avoid attack. Great. You can pause the video here and you can go back and look at the pictures. You can discuss what they look like, how old they may be, and what they are made of. Once again, if you have these pictures at hand on your piece of paper, have a look at that. Okay, so why is it important for scientists to draw accurate pictures of specimens? Specimen is a type of living thing. So why is it important for scientists to draw accurate pictures of a specimen? Great, it is important to draw accurate pictures so you can see what it actually looks like, so you know what it actually looks like. It's really important to show something what it actually looks like. Now, this week in Talk for Writing, you are working on fact files. So whilst you were working on fact files, and you are working on fact files this week, you should have looked at headings, subheadings, bullet points, and semicolons. So a quick question. What is a bullet point and how is it used and laid out? Fantastic. So with bullet points, you always have a new bullet point on a new line. You must always start your sentence for a bullet point with a capital letter. So for example, if you were writing about fossils, you would start writing fossil with a capital letter. And your bullet point should always finish with a full stop. You must remember a new bullet point and a new piece of information should always go on a new line. Fantastic. Okay, so now, using the fossil information provided and the slides with the information, can you draw an accurate sketch of the fossils and what the animal might have looked like? Then add 2 or 3 bullet points with key information about the creature. So what you must remember is when you are doing your sketch, you must make it look as accurate as possible, and you should draw your sketch underneath your learning objective. And once you've drawn your sketch of your fossil as accurately as you can, you must write 3 pieces of information with bullet points underneath the picture. I want you to focus on your capital letters, full stops, and your letter formation. So your P shouldn't be this way, your P should be that way. Great, fantastic. Now year 3, remember, once you have done your task, please take a picture of it and put it on tapestry for me to have a look and mark your work. Thank you. Bye.